My name is Noah. I've been in San Diego my whole life. After my grandparents came out in the 40s, we never left. Over the years, a lot has changed in San Diego, and that's all right, as long as we never forget where we came from.
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Some faces have gone, and the places are rearranged. If you could read my mind, you know it's a crying shame. And I'm here to say something lost is something gained. So spend some time on the bright side. Just take a ride till we find some daylight. It's a crime to use your hindsight. So take your time. We're coming back from yesterday. La 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 dee, la 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 dee, la la dee. La 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 dee, la la.
Late in the year 1913, a strip of land located along the coast in San Diego between the huge Pacific Ocean and beautiful Mission Bay was purchased by a group of businessmen, and one of those men was sugar manufacturer John D. Spreckles. Spreckles was already responsible for much of the improvements throughout San Diego and decided to invest more of his sweet fortune into the development of a new beachfront resort. He and his partners produced an early drawing of how they envisioned their new little resort town would look. They bought the entire area, subdivided it, and named it Mission Beach. In early 1915, a gentleman by the name of J.M. Asher took over the handling of Mission Beach, bought several hundred lots, established a wharf on the bayside, and built a tent city to accommodate weekend and summertime visitors. He even constructed the first public pool, which came with one stipulation. This swimming pool is for the exclusive use of women and children. Boys over 10 years of age are positively forbidden to enter this pool. Asher was smart enough to realize if he was going to get people to come to Mission Beach from the popular Ocean Beach, which was located just south, he'd have to make it easy for them. So he constructed a new bridge connecting the two towns and a rail system that ran from Ocean Beach into Mission Beach and right down the center of Mission Boulevard. Today, Mission Boulevard looks a little different. The trolley was removed years ago, and since then, the cars have changed a bit too. The other day, I went down by the roller coaster to the Mission Beach Boardwalk, where I met a couple of longtime residents, Philip Prather and Terry Curran. Phil and Terry have been in this area since the late 30s. They spent many summers on the beach working as lifeguards. So to say they know a thing or two about Mission Beach is an understatement.
The interesting thing I find on the roller coaster, it opened on July 4th, 1925, but they didn't start construction on it till May of 1925. And in just those 3 months, they managed to put this whole thing together.
Wow.
With a crew of about 150 workmen.
No kidding.
And I just can't imagine getting that much work done in that short a time.
Right.
Terry and Phil showed me some great old pictures from their book called Images of America, Mission Beach, put out by Arcadia Publishing. One of my favorite shots is this one of the boardwalk being constructed entirely of wood.
Well, originally when they started developing Mission Beach, they built a wooden walkway along the ocean front and gave the people a chance to walk without getting in the sand. However, it didn't provide any storm protection. And in 1922 and a couple of times prior to that, they had some serious storm damage where dozens of homes were lost. And in 1925, the city decided that they were going to build the permanent seawall.
And that they did. The entire wooden boardwalk was replaced with cement, and a cement wall was constructed to prevent any future storm damage. Although they spent a lot of time on the beach, as young boys, Terry and Phil spent a lot of time at the bay, too.
Before Mission Bay was dredged, there was a lot of channels and a lot of mud flats. And at low tide, you had eelgrass and mud. And it wasn't just sand. You'd sink into your ankles. And it was full of fish, crabs, not abalone, pismo clams, and just all kinds. A lot of the fish.
This place is totally cool. I watched as these kids were just tearing it up. Now it was my turn. I was definitely willing. I just wasn't all that enthusiastic, especially after seeing episodes like this.
See the possibilities.
I surf, so I thought no problem. That is, until I got out onto a board, I realized this is a little different than surfing.